Open world JRPGs are some of my favorite games out there and have given me some of the best memories I have with video games. So today, I'm going to be talking about 10 amazing open world JRPGs that everyone should play. Open world games are super common these days, but I find that JRPGs often find creative ways to implement the design of them. We've seen quite a few open world JRPGs hit recently that not only find new ways to add incentive to explore the world, but add environmental storytelling that can really set them apart from other games. I thought it would be nice to shine some light on some of my favorite open world games of all time, and maybe there's a few here you haven't tried yet. If you like videos like this and want to see more, then be sure to subscribe so you know when I drop a new video. And with all that said, let's jump into it. As someone who wasn't the biggest fan of the Mana series, Visions of Mana was a breath of fresh air in open world game design in my opinion. One of the first things that struck me about Visions of Mana was how it embraces its exploration. Open world JRPGs often fall into the trap of feeling too structured, guiding you almost too much and leaving little room for genuine curiosity. This game avoids that mistake, I think. Instead, it gives you these sprawling environments filled with secrets, hidden paths, and reasons to wander around. The world itself is designed to make you think and force you to want to explore. The secrets in the environments unfold just so organically, inviting you to stray off the beaten path. Rather than simply moving from point A to point B, which you definitely can do it this way, the world is beautiful and one you'll likely avoid just existing in. You'll want to explore, and the exploration in Visions of Mana actually feels quite dynamic. Whether you're stumbling upon a shrine or following a creature, the game constantly rewards you for looking beyond the obvious. Traversal plays a huge role in making this open world feel great. The way movement is handled, whether it's gliding through the air, climbing, or riding these different creatures, it adds a sense of freedom that many games lack. Instead of feeling confined to roads or predetermined paths, you're encouraged to go find your own way. What sets Visions of Mana apart is how it integrates exploration with the story and gameplay, though. The world isn't just a backdrop, it's an active part of your journey. Towns and settlements feel like lived-in places with NPCs who have their own lives and backstories. The environments aren't just empty spaces between dungeons, they're filled with lore to uncover, puzzles to solve, and encounters that make the world feel interconnected. Many open worlds struggle to balance scale with substance, but Visions of Mana avoids that pitfall by ensuring that every region has something unique to offer. Instead of repetitive tasks or meaningless collectibles, it provides incentives for exploration that feel rewarding and benefit you in the main storyline and the moment-to-moment gameplay. This is a great and overwhelmingly beautiful open world that any fan of JRPGs can't miss. Ys 8 stands as one of the greatest open world JRPGs, not because of its sheer size or scope, but because of how it makes exploration feel meaningful and alive. The combat in the Ys series just has this incredible and addictive punch to it, like you just want to run up and beat up everything, and you'd be surprised at how much that lends to your urge to explore. Rather than overwhelming you with a massive, empty map, Ys 8 has an interconnected world that constantly rewards your curiosity. What sets Ys 8 apart is its sense of isolation and survival. Unlike traditional open-world games where towns, fast travel, and quest markers guide your experience, you're stranded on this mysterious island. It actually feels very unexplored. What I like about Ys 8 is that you're mapping out an uncharted island, uncovering new locations, rescuing castaways, and slowly building a settlement from literally nothing. This turns exploration into something more than just sightseeing. It becomes an essential part of your journey and the overall story. Every new area feels like a step towards survival, and the overall story progression just feels more rewarding for it. How you explore this island plays a crucial role in what makes Ys 8's open world so satisfying. As you explore, you unlock new abilities like double jumps and air dashes that allow you to reach previously inaccessible locations. It feels very Metroidvania-like. Ys 8 gives you the tools to move fluidly through the environment, making exploration feel fast, responsive, and flat out fun. The more you explore, the more the island opens up, creating a real sense of progress and adventure. Another element that makes the world feel alive is its use of the castaway village. Every person you rescue plays a role in expanding your base, unlocking new mechanics and side stories. Unlike NPCs in traditional open world games, these characters are integral to your survival, reinforcing the idea that exploration isn't just for personal gain, it directly impacts the people around you. This is what I like about open worlds, and still to this day, I've seen very few games that are able to recreate this the way Ys 8 does. Nier Automata is easily one of my all-time favorite action games and one of my favorite worlds to get lost in. It presents an open world that is strikingly different from most JRPGs. Rather than focusing on the sheer size or filling its map with these constant distractions, the game creates an environment that feels deliberate and very atmospheric. Every location seems to have meaning, and exploration is about unraveling the remnants of a ruined civilization. What makes Nier's world so compelling is its sense of abandonment. The Earth has been left behind. There's signs left of what happened. These huge stretches of desert swallow up the remains of cities. Skyscrapers have crumbled, and lonely roads lead to absolutely nowhere. It's a world that had me asking so many questions. Why are things the way they are? What happened here? Instead of filling every corner with filler nonsense, Nier Automata trusts us to engage with its world on a bit of a deeper level. Getting around in this world is just a joy in and of itself. 2B moves with precision and grace. The controls in this game are nothing short of spectacular. There's a sense of weightlessness to her movements, making even the simple act of dashing or leaping across rooftops feel super amazing. One of the most fascinating aspects of this world, though, is how it evolves. Areas that seem static at first change as the story unfolds, revealing new paths, shifting environments, and altering the mood of familiar places. Locations that once seemed ordinary take on new significance as events unfold, and returning to past areas often leads to unexpected discoveries. There's a feeling that things are always in motion, even when you aren't there to witness it. Every location in Nier Automata tells a story, not just through dialogue or quests, but through its very design. The amusement park, frozen in time with robots endlessly celebrating, the floodless city where skyscrapers are like half submerged in water. These places don't just exist for the sake of variety, they each serve a purpose, reinforcing the game's themes of isolation. This game does even more outside of its open world that makes it great, but this is on my list because it's one of the most memorable experiences I've had exploring in a video game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is amazing in almost every way. It is often criticized for being bloated or having too much to do, but I love it all personally. There's so many things to get lost in, and it's a really beautiful world to explore. This has ultimately gone down as one of my all-time favorite games, and the world itself is one of the main reasons for it. What stands out immediately is how the world feels like an extension of the story. It's a world that I wanted to explore because of its connection to the characters, the lore, and the emotional weight of the original Final Fantasy VII game that I've loved ever since I was a kid. Each area is filled with history. Every location feels like a place with a past rather than just another stop on your way to the end. Exploration is at the heart of the experience, too. Unlike Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was largely confined to Midgar's urban setting, which I actually really liked for a lot of different reasons, and in some ways I feel is more of a tight story experience, Rebirth allows you to venture across these wide open landscapes, finding secrets, side stories, and unexpected encounters. The world doesn't feel empty. It feels really alive, full of moments that made my journey feel really personal. Traversal is another major strength here. Rebirth offers a variety of ways to travel, making getting from one place to another feel fun. You can find yourself sprinting across fields, or even riding a chocobo, or discovering new ways to interact with the environment. Movement is fluid, enjoyable, and I actually found myself doing a lot less fast traveling in this because I enjoyed exploring the game so much. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of Rebirth's world is how seamlessly it integrates the world's structure with its core narrative. Many open world games struggle with balancing player freedom and storytelling, but I found that Rebirth finds a way to make exploration feel really natural and a cohesive extension of the story. There's a sense that everything in the world is connected. I just love this game, and I love the open world that Rebirth gave us, and that's why it's right here on this list. Atelier Yumiya is a newer game and one that definitely deserves a spot here. I loved this open world. I mean, it's massive, it's full of things to do, and it's covered, and I mean covered in things to collect and discover. This is one of those open worlds with purpose. I recently dropped my review of this one, so be sure to check that out if you haven't yet, because this one is really special. Atelier Yumiya's shift to an open world format completely hooked me right from the start. I mean, right away. The game encouraged me to lose myself in this open world. I love collecting, I love crafting, and that's what this game is all about. This gameplay loop especially lends itself to an open world of the size and scale, and I have to be honest, this first thing that came to mind while exploring was definitely Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I mentioned this in my review, and it definitely holds true. I love this aspect of the game, and once you really get deep into the crafting system, it's incredibly addictive. The story in Atelier helps carry you into the new areas, all of them vastly different from the one you explored before it. The way it opens up as you progress is paced perfectly, and I lost hours just exploring and finding new ways to get to some spot on the map I looked at and said, I want to go there. Traversal in Atelier Yumiya is really fun. Early in the game, you gain access to a boost jump, enhancing vertical exploration and allowing for the discovery of these more elevated areas and hidden treasures. As the story progresses, Yumiya acquires a motorcycle. Once you get this, exploration is endless. The motorcycle also makes things much more fun. I mean, who doesn't want to explore a huge open world on a bike? The integration of alchemy into the open world setting is honestly the standout feature here and what sets this game apart. You can gather materials from various environments, each offering unique ingredients essential for synthesis and expanding your weapons and improving in combat. This seamless blend of exploration and alchemy enriches the gameplay experience by weaving all of these elements into one whole cohesive experience. Yumiya is a truly great JRPG, so don't let it go unnoticed. Pokemon Legends Arceus redefines what a Pokemon game can be, shifting the focus from traditional linear progression to a more immersive, exploration-driven experience. Rather than following the standard formula of moving from town to town and battling through gym challenges, Arceus places you in a world where Pokemon roam freely, and the act of exploration is just as important as the battles themselves. What makes the world of this game so impactful is how alive it feels. Pokemon are no longer just waiting in tall grass for a scripted encounter, they exist as real creatures, interacting with each other and with the environment, responding to your presence, and even attacking if provoked. This shift makes every exploration session feel organic, stalking through a field to catch an unsuspected Pokemon, only to have it notice you and flee, or watching a herd move together through the environment adds an element of realism that previous Pokemon games lacked, and in my opinion, it was kind of missing from Scarlet and Violet as well. Arceus encourages you to explore in a more natural way. Things like hidden Pokemon or secret caves or even rare materials, these things are all scattered throughout this world, just waiting to be explored. Completing the Pokédex is no longer just a matter of catching one of each Pokemon. It requires observing their behaviors, testing different catching methods, and interacting with them in ways that feel more engaging than simply throwing the Pokeballs and battle when the health gets low. And let's be honest, that can feel repetitive over time, even if I do love the classic games so very much. Perhaps the most impressive thing about Legends Arceus is its more wild feel, like you're out in the wilderness. There's no bustling cities or these large-scale infrastructures, really, and I think this helped with the open world design overall. This setting reinforces the feeling that you are truly in a different era, and I think it accomplished what it was aiming to do. Ultimately, this game succeeds as an open world JRPG because it transforms exploration from a secondary feature into the core of the experience. By stripping away many of the series' long-standing conventions, it creates a world that feels fresh and totally unpredictable. This is the only modern Pokemon game that I can honestly recommend without second guessing it. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance takes a different approach to the idea of an open world. Instead of feeling like a traditional RPG playground full of busy cities and lively characters, its world is vast, barren, and super hostile. But that's exactly what makes it work. Exploration in Vengeance isn't about sightseeing or collecting endless side quests, it's about survival. The best part of it is how it makes you feel like you're truly wandering through an apocalyptic wasteland. There aren't friendly NPCs waiting to greet you every few steps, nor are there these neatly placed towns offering rest stops along the way. Instead, you're mostly alone, navigating a strange, twisted landscape where demons roam freely, sometimes ignoring you, sometimes attacking you on sight, and that loneliness gives the world an eerie atmosphere, making every step feel like you're kind of pushing deeper into this more dangerous territory. What really makes the world feel rewarding is how it handles discovery, though. There's no mini-map covered in endless icons telling you exactly where to go. Instead, you have to explore. And when you stumble across something like a rare item or a powerful demon or even a hidden boss, it feels like a genuine find. The game respects your curiosity, and that's what makes wandering through it feel more purposeful rather than just a way to kill time between story beats. Even though Vengeance gives you a lot of room to explore, it never loses its oppressive apocalyptic tone. The emptiness of the world isn't a flaw, it's part of the atmosphere. It's a world that doesn't exist for your entertainment, really. It just is, and it's up to you to survive in it. This is my favorite SMT game, and the open world and exploration is one of the biggest reasons why. Have you ever wanted to play through the original Dragon Ball Z story? Well, Kakarot is the perfect game for you, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot takes this massive, over-the-top world of Dragon Ball Z and turns it into something you can actually explore, making it one of the most immersive adaptations of the series to date. While it's not a fully open-world game in the traditional sense, it gives you these large, open environments that capture the scale of Dragon Ball universe better than anything I've ever played before it. Flying across everywhere, battling enemies, and uncovering hidden side stories make this world feel alive in a way that few other Dragon Ball games ever managed to do. One of the biggest reasons Kakarot shines as an open world experience is how it captures the feeling of being a Saiyan exploring a world that's almost too small for you. The moment you take off and fly across the world, it truly feels like you're in Goku's shoes. Unlike many open world RPGs where movement can feel sluggish or restrictive, Kakarot makes traversal just fast and fun. I mean, there's nothing like it. It feels like it fits perfectly with the high energy nature of the series. The environments themselves are surprisingly detailed and varied as well. Each region is packed with familiar landmarks that you're sure to recognize if you're a Dragon Ball fan. You can visit Goku's house in the mountains or visit any other recognizable location from the anime. And while these areas aren't packed with NPCs like a more traditional open world game, they do feel alive thanks to these roaming enemies, wildlife, and all the side activities that are just littered everywhere. What Kakarot does well is making the world feel worth exploring. Instead of just moving from one story mission to the next, you're encouraged to take detours, hunting down collectibles, gathering ingredients for cooking, or taking on side quests that flesh out the world and its characters. While some of these activities are fairly simple, they add an extra layer of immersion to everything, and letting you experience parts of the Dragon Ball world that don't always get the spotlight in the main story. Octopath Traveler 2 may not seem like an open world RPG at first glance, given its structured, chapter-based storytelling, but beneath that classic JRPG framework lies a world that offers an impressive amount of freedom and variation. What makes its open world approach so special isn't just the ability to travel anywhere, it's how the game encourages organic exploration. It makes every journey feel like an adventure filled with secrets waiting around every corner to be uncovered. One of the most striking aspects of Octopath Traveler 2's world is how it feels truly open right from the start. Unlike many JRPGs that lock off regions until the story demands it, this game allows you to explore nearly the entire continent right from the beginning. You can choose to follow the main path, seek out other travelers to recruit, or simply wander around seeing where your curiosity takes you. The game doesn't hold your hand, which makes every discovery feel rewarding. The world itself is beautifully crafted, blending the game's signature HD 2D visuals with an incredible sense of atmosphere. Whether you're trekking through a dense forest, crossing a desert, or uncovering a quiet seaside town at night, every location has a distinct sense of place. The world isn't just a backdrop for battles, for example. It feels alive, with towns bustling with NPCs who each have their own unique backgrounds thanks to the game's path actions. Being able to interact with nearly every character in some sort of meaningful way be it through stealing or dueling or even recruiting or gathering information. This all adds depth to the exploration in ways a few games manage to do. The open world structure of this game also rewards curiosity. Dungeons aren't just marked on the map, meaning you have to actually look for them. Rare items and powerful weapons are hidden in unexpected places, encouraging you to kind of just explore every corner of the game. Octopath Traveler 2 lets you kind of piece together things on your own. That old man in a town, for example, mentioning a secret cave might just be throwing out some like random flavor text, or he might be pointing you toward a hidden boss guarding some amazing loot that you need to go get. Octopath Traveler 2 proves that an open world game just doesn't need to be this giant seamless map to feel immersive. It succeeds by creating a world that invites exploration, it rewards curiosity, and respects your ability to forge your own journey. This is one of those JRPGs where the best moments of the game aren't just about completing the quest or progressing the story. It's about all those like kind of unexpected discoveries that you made along the way. What would an open world JRPG list be without the Xenoblade games? I mean, I could easily cheat a bit here and put them all on here, but I will throw Xenoblade Chronicles X at the forefront for the simple fact that this game specifically is built entirely around exploring its open world, and that's a good thing because it truly is an incredible one to explore. Xenoblade Chronicles X isn't just an open world JRPG, it's one of the most ambitious and breathtaking examples of world design in the entire genre. It takes the sense of scale and freedom that Xenoblade Chronicles introduced and expands it into something just totally massive and immersive, and it's genuinely really unique. Mira, the game's sprawling planet, isn't just big, it's an open world playground that constantly rewards your curiosity. Whether you're exploring on foot, piloting a scale, or simply taking in the various environments, it's all really amazing. From the very beginning, Xenoblade Chronicles X makes it clear that exploration is at the heart of this experience. Unlike most JRPGs that funnel you through the more linear paths or segmented areas, Mira is completely open, and the game wastes no time in letting you loose. The world isn't just large for the sake of it either, it's designed to be discovered. Every region has its own distinct terrain, wildlife, and atmosphere, all with really unique characteristics. Each zone feels handcrafted with these vertical cliffs, deep caves, and just these massive alien structures that make you feel ridiculously small in the most impressive way possible. One of the things X does better than almost any other open world JRPG is making exploration feel really meaningful. You might be trekking through a canyon and stumble upon a hidden cave filled with rare resources, or you might take a detour and find a huge creature roaming the landscape, reminding you just how dangerous Mira really is. It's a world that doesn't exist just for the player. It feels like it has a life of its own. It was here before you, and there's plenty going on around you, which makes every new discovery feel like something you earned. Traversal is a key highlight in this game. At first, you're exploring on foot, which already feels rewarding due to the sheer scale of the world. But then the game gives you a Skell, a massive mech that changes everything. Suddenly, places that once seemed completely unreachable are now easily explored. The moment you get your first Skell, there's this incredible shift in how you interact with the world. And then, just when you think the game can't push it any further, you unlock Flight. Soaring over Mira's landscapes for the first time is an unforgettable moment and one of the best feelings in any open world game. It turns the already impressive world into something even more impressive. This is a special open world game with endless exploration opportunities. The remaster just released on Switch, so be sure to go check that out. Anyway, that's it for me in this one. I love open world games and I appreciate when they manage to create an experience I can completely lose myself in. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite open world games are, and until next time, I'm out.